If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this: never, ever give up. There'll be times in your life you'll want to quit, you'll want to go home. Just never quit. I've seen so many brilliant people, they gave up in life. They were totally brilliant. They were top of their class. They were the best students. They were the best of everything. They gave up. I've seen others who really didn't have that talent or that ability, and they're among the most successful people today in the world because they never quit and they never gave up. So just remember that. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. Remember this: nothing worth doing ever, ever, ever came easy. Following your convictions means you must be willing to face criticism from those who lack the same courage to do what is right. But you aren't going to let other people tell you what you believe, especially when you know that you're right. Because in America, we don't worship government, we worship God. Never quit, never give up, do something you love. When you do something you love, you'll never fail. What you're going to do is give it a shot again and again and again. You're ultimately going to be successful. And remember this: you're not working. Because when you're doing something that you love, like I do, but when you do something that you love, remember this: it's not work. So you'll work 24/7. You're going to work all the time. And at the end of a year, you're not really working. You don't think of it as work when you're not doing something that you like. So as much as you can, do something that you love, work hard, and never, ever give up, and you're going to be tremendously successful. One of the things people talk about is luck. And I do believe that people are lucky, and some people are luckier than others. I do believe that. But there's also an expression: the harder you work, the luckier you get. But the word luck is very interesting. But if I didn't work really hard, I probably would not, almost definitely would not be here today. And unless you had me up as a man who at one point was successful, but let's see what a loser looks like. So you have to work hard, because it is true, you can develop luck through hard work. Never stop fighting for what you believe in and for the people who care about you. Carry yourself with dignity and pride. The more people tell you it's not possible, that it can't be done, the more you should be absolutely determined to prove them wrong. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. Relish the opportunity to be an outsider. Embrace that label, because it's the outsiders who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. Remember this: nothing worth doing ever, ever, ever came easy. Following your convictions means you must be willing to face criticism from those who lack the same courage to do what is right, and they know what is right. You have to have an ability to handle pressure. People that can handle pressure can be entrepreneurs, can be successful. Now, I have some friends that are really, really smart, but they can't handle pressure. In which case, they should work for somebody, do great, and have a good life. There's nothing wrong with it. You know what? They said, how do you handle pressure? Who's had more pressure than me? Ay, ay, ay. Have I had pressure over the years? You have to remember, it doesn't matter. God matters. Your family matters. It doesn't matter. And if you say it, I have some people, they say, I've got to be successful. I've got to be. They'll never be successful. It's too crazy. They can't think straight. And I've seen people quitting. And if they would have held out longer, they would have been successful. I've seen it so much. I've seen some of the most brilliant people in the world that never made it because they were quitters. They were just quitters. They would quit. They just couldn't take it. They couldn't, whatever. One of the things about loving what you do is that it's not work, and therefore you don't quit automatically. It's a lot easier not to quit. But you can never give up. You got to be able to weave and bob. You don't have to go through a concrete wall
when you can go over it or around it or under it or something. You have to have flexibility. You have to always be able to change course a little bit. Maybe always with that same goal, but don't quit. Never, ever quit.